keep taking so many notes and then taking time to reflect while I'm back in my room. I'm just gonna talk out loud now for a little bit. I'm not very I'm a little camera shy. I'm thinking so much right now about like Mr. Beast and how much he would love to come give some of his kindness and generosity to the people of Kosrae. And bring some of his abundance mindset to this economy, these small people, or not small people, to these beautiful people on a small island. And how we could take this tiny little experiment of building something and bring some life back to this island. One of the saddest things, I almost cried the night I got here after 24 years. You know, I drove the island and looked around, and I kind of expected a lot of progress. Like I told myself like things are going to be different, so expect some changes, but hopefully like the people would still be that kind, loving people. 100% that's been the case. 150%, 1000%. But I don't know, as I'm exploring my own abundance mindset and trying to figure out my own way ahead, I'm just touched by the humanity here and the love and connection that happens at such a deep level that I feel like us in the West, we've missed because of our need for achievement and desire for wealth and status. And Kosrae has some of those things. All of humanity does. But I love I've been working for years on reinventing myself after my own marriage and divorce. And the fact is, like, all of us only have so much capacity and time. And no matter what I'm doing, trying to play everything by the rules in America, working 60 hours a week on a damn night shift at Amazon, trying to get through a divorce and still find love and connection in my life on different levels, from kids to my own desire for romantic love and connection at times, and continuously trying to learn and refine how to best do that, trying to look at how to redefine love and connection and abundance, and knowing that my life is so out of balance sometimes working at Amazon. And that's truly no dig on Amazon. It's just saying that it's my life, and I'm not trying to be bitter or angry about anybody or anything. But it's been really fun to get to come back here and share with, like, I knew that I would see Kosrae through a different lens in who I am now versus who I was as a young missionary. And it's even more beautiful, somewhat just from my own newer life worldviews and perspectives. But there is abundance here, even though the economy is small, even though everybody's poor and minimum wage is like $1.50, something ridiculous, stupid, and everybody works for so little. And I'm out here and I'm spending every last dime I have, more dimes than I have, going into full debt and maxing everything out to be able to try to show this. And I believe it's like that purple cow that Mr. Beast talks about, the old Jimmy. Jimmy, Lord knows I love you. I watch your Beast games. I see you showing the complexity of humanity. People who are facing fear-based decisions, and how we find ourselves in a spot where we've got to make a decision. And it's so easy to sit on our couches and Monday morning quarterback everybody, and that's not really what I do. I feel like I'm just trying to learn from their decisions. I keep thinking about one moment in Beast Games where y'all were playing the train track game, and you made, I don't remember any of the names, but you made one of them pick between getting rid of one of the guys who had been a booger to this group, to this tribe. I love watching tribalism and understanding it. But, you know, they wanted to get rid of one guy. Then you put two of their friends on one track and one of their friends on the track with that guy, right? And I could see the pain and distress in that girl's eyes as she knows that, like the writing was on the wall, that she's about to get eliminated even though she's aligned with her friends. And her friends don't want to eliminate her. But it's just the hard choices that we have to make. And my heart goes out to her, because in the situation I probably would have reacted just like her, but I could see her love and kindness, and she wasn't going to be mad or angry at her friends who were going to have to eliminate her. I could see that there was already going to be, in a very short order, that compassion and forgiveness for what her friends had to do in that moment. And there were so many moments like that in Beast Games that I love, where people are facing instantaneous, make your decision now, time to go. And there are multiple bad options. And an option that hopefully may work out, but the odds are still really low. But humanity faces those fear-based decisions on such a regular basis. And I remember, and this is not to Monday morning quarterback that girl. I remember thinking, like, I wish that she could be sitting on a couch watching this herself, because in my mind, I'm thinking, you could see the writing on the wall. Go ahead and just like take this moment to sacrifice yourself and tell your friend, let me go. I'm happy to go for you guys. And I believe that she is that way. And even though that didn't come out on camera in that moment, I believe that she probably viewed it that way. And it just takes a minute to step back and rethink the situation afterwards. And in real life, like, that's all we can do is screw it up, reflect, choose how we could do that situation again, try to figure out how to be that person better in the future, try to use our own confirmation bias to reinforce that goodness instead of the confirmation bias that we currently see in the West, of where we perpetually have to be right and dehumanize everybody else, and we're pitted against each other in our silly little tribes of conservatives versus liberals. And we keep letting, like, that bell curve of humanity, we keep letting the extremes on each end control and dictate the narratives. And it's driving me crazy, because people I know and love are far more moderate. But our politics don't reflect that, because we keep allowing ourselves to perpetually reinforce our fear-based narratives in the media, the right and the left. And we dehumanize the other side, and because somebody made some mistake, like Ryan Reynolds or whoever, like, now they're bad and evil and we need to cancel them, instead of just accepting that they're just normal humans trying to deal with their emotions, and they're scared, and they've got careers and families and close loved ones. Everybody's involved in this process. They don't want their lives to fall apart any more than you or I do, any more than any other human. And they just get lambasted and roasted in the media, and that stuff just drives me crazy, and it gets so reinforced through all the social media. And this is the social media that I want to build. I'm going to tell a story. Mr. Beast, Jimmy, my man, I'm going to ask a favor and I'm going to give a call out. I know that my YouTube videos suck, that I'm just barely beginning in this space, and this is why I need some help. I've spent everything I have to bring a cameraman out. He was supposed to get here today, but his flight got canceled, and so he's stuck in Hawaii. Lucky bugger. And he'll be out tomorrow. But I've got my cameraman coming out to help me make some videos, because the fact is, I love humans and I love connecting, but I have yet to develop the skills necessary, to the technical skills for all the camera work and editing. And me and my boy Joseph have been working on it and scheming on it and trying to get practicing. But we're still a long ways from your capability. I would love if you have some people that you want to contribute to this little project called Abundance Kosrae that I know I haven't explained yet, because that's why I got my cameraman coming out to make a launch video. It's coming, and I am so excited about it. It is about building abundance mindset on this tiny little 6x8 mile island in the middle of nowhere that's completely isolated, with some of the most beautiful people I've ever known. And after traveling the world, I've seen a lot. During my times in the army, during my times in religion, high control religions, and that high control influence of societies that don't allow freedom and compassion and just humanity to thrive without so harshly condemning every decision and accepting that we're just trying to learn the best we can. And if we knew better, we would do better, we would choose better, and we'd try to practice choosing better and better decisions. And this project, Abundance Kosrae, is not about money. I've made a personal commitment, Jimmy, that I got inspired for after watching your interview on, or parts of your interview on Diary of a CEO. And you made some comment about, he said, wow, you're really rich, your company's worth like X amount billion, and you've had all these offers. And your comment was something along the lines of, well, I'm not going to sell it. What the heck else would I do? This is what I like doing. And I share that same love for humanity, of growth, mindset, and building. And then you said something to the effect of, even though you're rich on paper, the company may be rich, you personally have less than $1 million in your personal bank account. And it made me think that I truly believe in this project, but if it becomes something big and I'm able to get some great YouTube views and stuff, then I'm going to shoot for the exact opposite in my life and accept that I want to live here in the present and give what I have back to humanity the best way I can. And my goal is to never become a millionaire, but to just go have fun learning and experiencing the world and sharing those lessons with the rest of humanity. My mistakes, I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to talk about with compassion towards myself and towards everybody I know, my hard lessons along the way, in hopes to give compassion to others and help others give compassion to themselves. As we grow, help people build a little bit more space and time in their lives so that they can have that time to reflect and not be so overwhelmed by just trying to survive. It's 2025 and we are connected to the internet. We have the AI, we're at our fingertips. We have an abundance of information and knowledge that the world has never known. And it started with a simple little thing thousands of years ago, people writing down stories and collecting them. And to some degree, humanity grabbed onto that, and the ideas, concepts of writing and sharing information and knowledge. And the printing press came around and it helped improve literacy, slowly over hundreds of years. And then now the internet, we have the ability here on this tiny little island to instantaneously access the best ideas and thought and thinkers of our time. And I love them all. People like Neil deGrasse Tyson, so many people. Like, I love all people, and I value each of their like individual contributions. I'm gonna do it because I know that people will be like, ew, you like that guy or that person? I like aspects of every person. I don't agree with any person on 100%, but I don't have to. I don't have to demonize them because I disagree with them. So I'm gonna start naming names. People like Mel Robbins, Jordan Peterson, Oprah Winfrey. Lord, do you know how much I would give? And I never voted for Obama. I was a conservative Mormon at the time. But do you know how much I would give to get to go have a beer summit with President Obama and be able to discuss what we're doing here and be able to pick his brain on his vast experience of government infrastructure and knowledge that we could come and implement here on this tiny little island, to be able to give them something unique and special that the rest of the world has in abundance in America, and we take for granted. And we get so tied up over petty things. I've got so much to say, and it's not going to fit into this video, but I have one thing, and I'm hoping this goes a little bit viral and goes to, and finally finds Jimmy, my man. I know you share my love for humanity. I met with the governor of Kosrae on Monday, and he was very kind. I think they're cautious, as they should be. Like, humans should be cautious. But he gave me his blessing to move forward with this project I'm working on, to be able to share his culture and his island and the love of his people with the world. And I promised him compassion and respect, and I intend to fully keep that to the best of my ability, and promised him that I just want to have strong communication ties with them, so that as we stumble and make our own errors along the way, I want to know about them. Please let me know so that we can correct course in little ways as we go, instead of having to take drastic big actions down the road. And the only thing he asked for in return, was a diving board. I'm gonna go get you a video of this diving board into their beautiful swimming hole here in Kosrae. I'll get it tomorrow morning. They call it the swimming hole. It's just this like hole in the reef where they got this little pier dock, and he's saying how he's asked so many, world leaders and ambassadors, can you help us get a diving board for our people to be able to play with and have fun? Maybe one day somebody will take a real interest in diving and go to the Olympics or something like that. Their dreams, and I love their dreams. And I walked out of the meeting, and because I'm broke as heck and have spent everything I have, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know how much a diving board costs. I'm sure it's not that big of a deal, a couple tens of thousands of dollars or something for some great diving board and getting it out here and installed. I'm going to assume under 25 or 50K. I don't know. I'll look into it. It's something I still have yet to research because I've just been go since I've been here. But it's on my hit list. And I walked out of the meeting and I was a little bit in my own humanity, like a little bit bugged, like, man, I'm trying to do something here, and now I gotta stop and go figure out how to do a diving board. And I cursed it a little bit, like, dang it, I'm feeling stressed in my own life with my 7 kids and financial issues after losing my job at Amazon at the beginning of the year. so initially that request from him was like, but I was like, nope, I'm gonna figure it out though. But it felt like a burden to me at the time. And then I was like reflecting on it over the next few days, and I thought, why is this bugging me? Like, and I tried to put it back into context of what else I've seen across the world. And I thought to myself, that's it? He's gonna like give us space on his island and his support and kindness and generosity of him and his people, and all we have to give him is a damn diving board? That's it? And I put it into that context, and suddenly, like, the whole thing started spinning in a different direction as I was trying to change my own mindset on it and challenge my perspective. And, you know, moving around the world in other places, across the Middle East and other poverty-stricken places, they make such difficult decisions and justify such difficult decisions that most places in the world, I would guess, that governor would have wanted some huge bribe and kickback and percentage or something like that of what we're going to do, and expect some pocket money for him. All he wants is a damn diving board for the kids of Kosrae to go play and have fun in the water. So, Mr. Beast, I'm asking not just for help in some of your technical YouTube expertise, but I want to do a symbolic diving board that is the diving board of humanity. And we are diving into the swimming hole of humanity together. And I hope that the governor will be the first one to dive in when we get this thing set up and lead his people in the love and kindness that we all share, that they share here, and that I'm just here absorbing and watching and being touched by. And I know that this video is looking at 22 minutes now, and it's breaking all of the YouTube rules. It's not edited, it's pure garbage, and I'm just gonna go upload it and ask people, somebody get this into Mr. Beast's hands. I know Jimmy, and he'll get us a damn diving board, and it'll be so easy. And we're gonna kickstart one of the greatest things ever. One of the most beautiful things humanity's ever seen. And this purple cow is gonna be a hell of a cool purple cow. Thank you, Jimmy, for sharing your love with the world and inspiring so many people to give more out of kindness and generosity. And I know there are those haters out there who talk smack on you and criticize the heck out of you. But I see who you are. And I'm grateful for I never watch that much of your YouTube videos, but what I do see, I always love. And I initially started Beast Games thinking, I'll give it a shot. And I gave it a couple episodes, and then I did get hooked. And I was absolutely loving the way you are showing the difficult decisions humanity faces and trying to help people see past our own fear-based mentalities. And the love of that show in the end was about people sacrificing themselves, giving to others, sometimes trying to make deals to stay alive and to stay in the game. And that is how humanity really works. So Jimmy, come be my friend. Help me get a diving board for the people of Kosrae. The sooner the better. I know you're busy with something. But we're building abundance out here on Kosrae. And Lord knows we could use your love and help in this. Peace, my man.